rolling. Audio in 3, 2, 1. You're live.
Welcome to the show. This is the Last Chance Band 4th of July fan special. We've never done anything like this. We've never had a fan special. Dr. D and Kat. I'm excited. And I'll tell you why, because we're going to turn over the show pretty much here to the fans, the Last Chance Band. I also want to congratulate the guys in the band for being the returning champs here. We've had them on the most out of our 383 shows and 8 seasons. They have come back to us because they're our favorites. Mm-hmm. They come back to us and they've been back 4 times now. And we thought we'd do something new this show, being at 4th of July weekend. Everybody's hot around the world, especially in where they're coming from, up in Washington and Idaho, Pacific Northwest. It is hot out there. Yeah. And it's the 4th of July weekend. We want to celebrate with the Last Chance Band and their fans. That's what we're going to do. Yeah. But first, I want to check in with Kat. Kat's in Austin, Texas. What's the old temperature look like there, Kat?
Well,
what's that thermometer?
Jeremiah, if you look at my map here, I always wanted to be a weather girl. That would be really fun.
I want to see it. So the clouds are coming in. You got some cumulus clouds.
Yeah. No, we're having a really nice, we're getting a little bit of a break here in Austin weather-wise. It's not as hot here, but there are some fun things to do for 4th of July. So for those folks here, here's a list. Every year they do this awesome thing at Valente Beach. It's sponsored by a great company called Alamo Drafthouse. I don't know if we're the only city that has Alamo Drafthouse theaters, but it's a great theater to see a show. So what they do is at Valente Beach, you get a tube and you sit in the lake and you watch Jaws on a huge screen outside. And it's called Jaws from the Water. And because of COVID this year, you have to bring your own tube and your own towels and everything, just for safety precautions. But it's happening July 3rd through August 21st. So you can go to www.beachsidebillies.com to get your tickets for that.
What's the first part of that URL? www. Got it. Wait, so is somebody in the water with like a snorkel pretending they're Jaws? That's what I would go.
That's what would
pull legs and stuff like that in the inner tube.
Not someone, but think about it. This is on a lake, so there are things in the lake. I'm not,
things.
Well, there's
like
animals.
Fish?
Yes,
animals in the lake. I think Kat skipped biology class.
I think so.
Is a fish not an animal? We can have this discussion later.
No, a fish is not an animal. A fish is a fish.
Okay. Anyway, that's that. So if you're brave enough, I am not, but if you're brave enough to sit in the water and watch Jaws, you can do that. And then also downtown, you can catch 4th of July fireworks at HEB's Austin Symphony's July 4th concert. That
is the Last Chance Band playing that concert.
Well, it would be nice if they would, but
if they're not
don't
there,
think
I'm
they
not
are.
probably going to show up. But
okay, well then,
just maybe next year.
Rip that one. Yeah, fireworks all over the city. And friends of the show, I will say we're friends with the band Fastball. They are playing at the Hill Country Galleria. Shout out to Tony and Miles and Joey. They're doing a show on 4th of July, Sunday, at the Hill Country Galleria. It's a nice family-friendly event.
Grab your Fastball and go see Fastball.
There you go.
Or your
so
8-ball.
That's the Haps in Austin.
Or your 8-ball, yeah.
Or your 8-ball.
Oh, don't do that. I think those days are over.
Okay. Those were the 80s. Those were Miles days. All right, that sounds like fun in Austin, Texas. Thanks, Kat, for that. But Kat,
you're welcome.
You were just in Santa Barbara, and now you're back in Austin, Texas. You're a woman of the world. You're jet setting all over the place. How's it feel? Do you miss Santa Barbara already?
My heart lives in Santa Barbara. I loved my trip. It was an amazing mix of business and pleasure and friends and family. And I'll be back just as soon as I can. I just thank you, Jeremiah, and to your mom and sister for hosting such a beautiful barbecue. And
I'm sorry, what barbecue?
Oh, now you blew it. I forgot to invite Richard. And a happy birthday, big happy birthday to our own Dr. D. Richard Dugan. He just had a birthday last Saturday.
Happy birthday.
You can send presents, gifts,
Cash.
love mail, hate mail. You can send it all to
There you
the station here.
There you go.
KZSB 1290.
Perfect.
All right, well, let's get into this fun show. It's the 4th of July weekend. If you're stuck in your car right now, if you're at the beach, I hope you're at the ladder, the lake, the river,
Mhm.
whatever.
Assuming there's water in the river, but there's water in the lake at
Wherever
Kachuma.
you're at, I
Yeah.
hope you're listening to us, and you're going to enjoy. We talked to the guys of the Last Chance Band. We thought of who there is not a better. They are the best American country rock band,
Aren't they though?
out there. And what a better, I mean, there's no better way than to listen to their music. You guys were going to be playing it throughout the show today. They're debuting 3 new songs with us. There's no better way to spend the 4th or wherever you happen to be than to listen to these guys. You just can't help but get up, dance, have some fun, be in a good mood. It's that kind of
Absolutely.
music.
Absolutely.
They're those kind of guys. And we're so honored to have him back on the show for this 4th of July weekend special. The fans get to take over the show today. All right. Hey, Chance, Nick,
How's it going? How you guys doing?
Lance, Steve. Do we have everybody here? Yeah.
Hola.
Hola.
Hola. No,
I hope you guys, you're up in the Pacific Northwest, and we mentioned, I think at the beginning here, I saw 117 this week, 110. At Chance's house, it's 112 already, but everywhere else up there it's 95.
Yeah.
That's because Chance brings.
We just have a bad AC
right?
in the house.
No, you just bring the fire, man. You bring the heat, and then we've got we got their fans here today, and I want to welcome Chrissy, Jensen, and also Ed. Ed, remind me of your last name, since I lost my notes and I have no glasses.
Graves.
Very good. And he's a musician himself. Big fans, both of you are big fans of the Last Chance Band. And we're going to get to your questions. You guys have got some great questions for the guys. But before we do that, tell us about the 3 new songs you're debuting on the show today. And thank you for bringing them to us, by the way.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having us on again. We're psyched to be here again. We went into Amplified Wax, where we usually record with Jimmy over there in Spokane. Got 3 songs done recently. One of them is out right now. It's called Death of Me. And the other 2 were having a little technical difficulties, but they'll be coming out
getting
soon.
them on streaming. Yeah, I hear that quite a bit. It takes a little bit of time, a lot of patience, but we can't wait when you do release new stuff. It drops. We're always there to get it first, hopefully, and listen to it, love it. Death of Me, though, I wanted to mention, since you brought it up, we will be playing the entire single at the end of this show for you. So great. So tell us a little bit about the first song that we're going out with is Loving You. Tell us a little bit about that, a Chance.
That's a song I wrote a couple years ago. Or actually, how long have we been a band? That's been a while ago. It's about 8 years ago now.
That's when you know
Before the
you're a
band,
band. You know you're a band when you can't remember how long you've been a band.
Yeah.
That's right.
We just started, actually, COVID.
There you go.
No, that's just a song. I was just feeling it, and I don't know how to explain it. You know, when you just are loving someone, you just, the words explain it pretty much.
That's love, right? You can't explain it.
Yeah.
And I was Nick, the drums, man, the beat and all the music just drives it. You know, it just, you're so talented, Nick.
Oh, well, I appreciate it. I just got booted off there for a second, and then I was coming back on, and I'm like, oh crap, he's asking me a question.
But Chance told us you were hanging up your drum set behind you in the wall there, so that was taking you a little while.
Yeah, I was working on it, but then I just went to the blinds here. So, but no, I appreciate it, man. I've been working. You know, we've all been working really hard with our music and our writing and arranging. So, you know, we're just trying to find all the inspiration we can to just come out with songs for the people, really. So we're excited.
And Lance, I know Chance, your guitar, but Lance and Steve, guys, I purposely, when we laid out the soundtrack for the show here, I started with your jams there. So, because I just love the guitar work is so great. The whole band, man, you guys put it all together so well. We couldn't pick it and listen to better music this 4th of July weekend. All right. So let's get to your fans. Chrissy, let's talk with you first. What do you got? You got questions? Well, first I got a question for you. Why do you love the Last Chance Band so much? Oh, she's on mute.
You need to unmute. Chrissy,
I think we got to unmute you, Chrissy.
you
Or
got to unmute,
gotta
Chrissy.
unmute yourself.
There you go.
There we go.
There we
you
go.
What's up?
Thought I had it all together. No, they're
All right.
they're so fun. Every time I've seen them at a concert or in a bar, they're just fun, and their energy is it's just awesome. It's so much fun. And I mean, the music is awesome, but to me, it's their energy that they have that just gets you excited, and it's just fun.
How many
So-
shows do you think you've seen?
Oh,
Yes,
probably-
COVID kind of got in the way of all that. But
Yeah, but there's still been a couple, maybe 5 or 6. So not as many as I'd like to because of COVID, but that's one of my questions is when can we see you again in a big outdoor theater? That was my favorite, was Farm Jam was absolutely the best, and being outside, and it was the best. It was so much fun. So when are we going to get to see you do that?
We'll be back at Farm Jam this year, actually,
Oh,
Labor
good.
Day weekend.
Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
Labor Day weekend.
Labor Day.
Yeah,
Now
this
what
time
we,
they gave
now
us
what we know what we're doing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, come on up.
Yay,
We got some passes for you.
I'll be there. Yeah,
As
okay.
long as it's not 95 degrees, you're on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it might cool down a little by then.
Yeah.
Tell us about Farm Jam a little bit.
Farm Jam is a festival. The 2018, they started putting together up in Colville, Washington, and they just wanted to bring something to our area. So they got a bunch of people together. I do believe the main headliner was Saturday night, or I do know actually it was Chase Rice that year. We got to open up for him and had a good time. They do music Friday to Saturday, and all that COVID that got us, I forgot all the other artists. We had a couple local guys like Jesse Quant and Devin Wade band. And this year they gave us the Friday night headlining spot. So we'll be the last band on the stage Friday night.
Hey.
Then
Wow,
Saturday will be Tyler
congratulations.
Farr.
Well deserved.
And Sunday we'll get Drake White and the Big Fire.
Wow. Great lineup. And so is it similar to Farm Aid where does it benefit farmers?
No,
I
it's
don't
just
think-
on a farm.
Just on a
Yeah,
farm. Okay.
It's Farm Jam.
Farm Jam. I just thought maybe it was something like that, similar to that, where it benefited some farmers or.
Are you guys able
Yeah.
to hear me?
We got you now.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. So yeah, the kind of the story with it is it's a farmer who lives up in Caldwell, just right outside of town. And he's not a musician himself, but he's always just had a passion for live music, for watching music. And it was just kind of his dream. He's like, I want to make a festival.
Very
So
cool.
he took out pretty much like a big business loan against his farm. And it's kind of like, it's like a 5 or 6 year window that he's doing this, trying to get it up and running. But so, yeah,
Wow.
it's just a local farmer who has a bunch of land and brings in the stage and all the food vendors and the camping vendors and all that, and just makes a huge.
You know who we got to introduce him to is our good friend for the show, Moss Jacobs, who actually puts on Coachella.
Oh, really?
Those two should talk. Yeah, see what they can
Absolutely.
make that thing go. Very, very cool. Back to you, Chrissy. I want to hear more questions for the band.
One of my big questions, I think, is for Chance. So, mystery, why do you always wear a Hawaiian shirt when you're on stage?
I don't know. I think I just like random shirts that it's not the same shirt that everyone's wearing. I go to Ross or TJ Maxx and find something that's just ridiculous and I'll put it on.
Okay,
like
so
that.
it's no significance, but just fun.
It's my dreams of living on a beach, maybe coming out.
Come on down to Santa Barbara, Chance.
Yeah. Sounds fun
And now-
down there.
Now your fans, instead of throwing like bras and underwear, they can throw like Hawaiian shirts and like one
There
of
you
a kind vintage shirts. So hear that, ladies, start throwing those when you're at the show. Build your wardrobe. I mean,
That's
it
it.
also serves as another purpose to build your wardrobe.
You'd probably still
That's a good
prefer
idea.
the first, but his girlfriend wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's part of
Just
part
don't
of the
throw
deal.
coconut bras.
Ouch. That would hurt.
Yeah.
Ouch.
I'd have to duck and Nick would get pegged in the head.
That's a good visual.
What
Thanks for
the
that.
heck is precious?
Back to our host, Chrissy.
Yes.
Well.
I love these
let's
questions,
see.
Chrissy.
So the other thought I've had is I've seen you around Coeur d'Alene and doing different shows and Farm Jam and everything, and in Spokane. And wondering, what's your favorite place to play? Do you like a smaller venue, like a small bar, or do you prefer more of a, the outdoor thing, or a bigger like Knitting Factory in Spokane? What do you love to play?
Asking me still?
Any of them?
Let's hear from
I like
Lance. Let's hear
playing-
from Lance too.
Yeah, let's hear Lance.
I actually like Whitefish, Montana. I like the Great Northern up there. We open up the Lone Star up there. I don't know. I like that because we've done a few in the Montana area, and so I mean, I like the big venues too. But when you have the smaller venues, it gets a little more personal. One time, I think we must have had 400 people in that little bar, and we were like, holy cow, you can't even move. But it's fun.
That must be such a fun energy, though.
Yeah.
You pack it like that.
Yeah. But I'd have to say, like, around our area, we probably love playing Nashville North the best, or the most. Nashville North, they do a really, really good job over there in State Line, Idaho. So.
Yeah, I love finding out these venues, these music venues, and giving these guys. They've had a really hard time the last year and a half to even survive and still be there. So, guys, keep plugging them. I love this. I love finding out where to hear the good music, who's supporting the artists, who's supporting the musicians, yourselves. Really good stuff. Good question.
So you do a lot of the local things in Montana and Idaho and Washington, but do you guys have any plans of going to Nashville, Music City anytime soon? Is that something on your radar, or?
Yeah. Well, now that everything's starting to open up more, and it's getting pretty open in most states, especially the ones that like country music, ironically. And, we went over there a few years ago. This is when I think it was just me and Steve, and the other guys weren't back from their hiatus. We went over there and recorded, I think, 2 of the songs on there, Wanted Man and Red Bull and Fumes, were recorded over in Nashville. And we're hoping to get together this winter when things are slowing down, and talk about what we're going to do, how we're going to get over there, maybe setting up a little like month-long little trip there and back or something. We want to really hit some more venues and widen out a little more from our area.
Cool.
What happens when you guys start really building, really building a huge national audience? Would you move to somewhere like Nashville, or you stay in the Pacific Northwest?
I like
Austin? Pat?
Awesome.
Come to Austin. That's my vote.
Yeah, I think I would definitely move to Nashville. If we can find a place that allows so many dogs, we'll be fine.
How many you got?
In the house right now, I think we have 7.
Now that's in the house. Any have any outside?
Well, they go outside to go to the bathroom.
Well, yeah, I know, but you don't keep any of them just outside. They do.
No, we don't have
Okay.
any outside dogs. They all take up my spot in the bed,
Oh, wow.
everything.
I know the feeling. We got a 100-pound black king shepherd, and yeah, he stretches out.
So how much? Chance has 7 dogs. Lance, how many dogs do you have?
I have a 135-pound Akita.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say 135 dogs. Okay, and Nick, well, how about you?
I just have a cat.
A cat. Wow, you're a cat. guy.
135-pound cat.
See, we're finding out
135 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
out of 4 interviews, we're finding out the good stuff on this one.
Yeah.
Oh
The
yeah.
guy-
Oh yeah.
The guys are dog guys, and one's got a cat.
Well, what
And,
about Steve? What
yes.
about
We're
Steven?
getting a dog though.
Are you? What kind?
Oh yeah. Maybe a German Shepherd or a German Shorthair. My dad's getting a German Shorthair here in mid-July, so that'll be the upland hunting dog, and then we can maybe get more of a family dog, my wife and I. So we'll
There
see.
you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
So we've got 8 dogs, and a cat. Steve.
I got 2 dogs to add to the mix.
Okay.
So we've got. So you're right, Chance. So you need 10 dogs and a
lot of
cat.
dogs.
A place that accepts 10 dogs and a cat.
Yep.
All right. Oh, we're putting it out there, Nashville.
And
Give us a call. Give
And
Chance a call.
finally, a partridge in a pear tree.
Carry on top. That's right.
Okay, if you insist.
What's our next fan question, Chrissy? What do you got next? Or do we?
I think, well, where are you playing this weekend? That's a good question.
That's a
Is
great question.
playing in a place this weekend where we can see
4th
you?
of July weekend.
Yeah.
We'll be in Sandpoint, Idaho this weekend.
Oh,
We're
fun.
playing at the Idaho Club golf course. They're putting us right on the green, right under the sun, and it's going to be a good time.
Tell me it's not
It's,
doing a golf tournament. Okay.
I had to
Or-
make sure there was no golfers out there. They get pretty serious, and I don't want to take
Yes, they
another
do.
club to the face, unless it's this side of the nose, so it straightens it back out.
Well, there
Wait a
you go.
minute. Another club to the face. So there's a
Ouch.
story there.
Yeah.
What how about the
Yeah,
first? What happened with the 1st one?
Yeah, tell us about that.
Well, we're out. I'm just doing some driving, waiting for my buddy to show up, and my girlfriend was with me, Jess, and she's going to swing. I walked right behind her, took
Oh.
her right in the face,
Ouch.
dropped down to a knee, and she laughed a little bit, and then realized I was hurt.
So you're the guy that would walk behind a horse.
Apparently, yes.
That's a whole nother
Yeah.
story.
That's a whole nother story for
Yeah.
another show.
Well,
Hey, say-
speaking of that,
Sandpoint, Idaho. Do me a favor and give me a huckleberry shake. It's been a long time.
yeah, we go
Huckleberry
pick some
shake.
this next spring.
Isn't that what's that place that you drive through? Drew's or starts with a D in Sandpoint. You drive. It's a drive through.
Dairy Queen.
Which one?
Oh, it's Dubs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dubs.
And everybody gets huckleberry shakes, or at least
Oh,
we did in high school with little
man.
vodka.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Nick's from Sandpoint.
Oh, I'm sure they're good because someone here in Santa Barbara has a huckleberry tree. Actually gave me some.
Oh, it's so good. Huckleberry shakes.
Unbelievable.
Hawaii ice
Yeah.
cream.
Oh,
I can count out all the huckleberry everything. Huckleberry pie, Dr. D.
ooh, love it.
I heard today, Nick, that you have a cabin on Lake Curlew up near Republic, Washington. Yeah, I think we muted Nick.
Oh, Nick.
Yeah, muted Nick.
There he is.
Nick.
There we go.
Let him back in.
Got it. Man, my phone doesn't want to hear me, I guess. Okay, so
Well, we sure do.
Yes, we do.
yeah, but yeah, so we've owned this property on Republic or Curlew Lake near Republic, the town of Republic, since like 2003 or so, and bought it as my parents bought it just as a piece of land. It's basically just like a little bluff that they flattened out on top and built a cabin up there, and got a boat in the water there and everything. So it's been amazing. If you ever get a chance to go up there, I'd highly recommend
I
it.
live there. I lived on the lake. That's why I
Oh.
bring it up. When I heard
Yeah.
Lake Curlew was my favorite. I probably of all my memories in childhood, that was my favorite. I had a little rowboat, went out fishing every day.
Yeah.
And so Chrissy told me about this. So she said there's, I'm trying to figure out where I live compared to where you live, but you know, the railroad tracks, how they cross the lake at one point there at the end of the lake. You know,
yeah,
where-
at the north end.
yeah, that's where we were at, right there by that.
Hmm.
Nice.
Anywhere near your cabin? you-
That's about, we're like right in the middle of the lake. So that's
Mm.
about 2.5 miles north of where we are.
Mm.
But
Great bass
no,
fishing.
we actually call that where you were we call that Muskie Alley because all the tiger muskie that hang
Yep.
out up there. So
yeah.
yeah, it's a great time.
We'll have to. I'll have to invite myself to your house and come on
I
up.
think you
Yeah.
just did.
Oh,
I think so.
Did you see how I did that? It was very.
That's
smart.
amazing.
It was very
It's pretty good.
Sly.
No, you're welcome anytime. Come on down.
See, there it is.
Did you
I'll bring
ever-
my bowl.
Yeah. Did you ever hit the Kettle River? Are you into fly fishing at all?
I was really young. I was like 7 years old, so not at that point. No, not now either. I'm not much of a
Okay.
fly. I think the fly would be in my forehead.
Yeah.
We're with the Last Chance Band 4th of July fan special. Chrissy's been asking some amazing questions here. Fan number 1, we got fan number 2. He's going to fight for fan number 1 status here. Ed, when we come back from the break, how are we doing on time, Dr. G? Do we need to take a break?
Yes, we do.
We're going to take a real quick break so that you can go crack another cold one on this 4th of July weekend. And we want to take you out with Loving You. And all the music that we're playing this hour is from our very special guest, the Last Chance Band. We have Nick, Chance, Lance, and Steve, and the fans, Chrissy and Ed. They're joining us. Cat's in Austin, Texas. Dr. D is can't wait to get out of here because he's got his lotion, his suntan lotion already. He's already out. He's greasing up the console.
That's right. Greasing up the console.
It goes on your arm, not your,
That's
in your
right.
chest.
Take it
You're
easy.
not- All right.
Cat, get me out of here.
Too much information. We'll be right back.
Where's the hook?
Oh, God.
All right, we're clear. Stand by.
Kat, you want to bring us back?
Yeah.
And,
And then-
Ed's,
and then
Ed's being so patient back
Ed,
there.
you're being so patient. I'm gonna do a little bitteroo and then I'll toss to you. Okay.
Bitteroo.
Great questions, Chrissy.
Yeah.
Thank
Yes. Thank you, Chrissy.
Explain bitteroo.
And if you
to
think of
me.
any more, feel free to jump in.
Okay.
How are you guys doing? Is it now 115 over there, Lance? I mean, Chance?
Let's see here. 95 still.
The weird thing is
Doing
that
good
at everybody
today.
else's house, it's cooling down. They're in like the
Yeah.
60s.
And I'm inside right now, by the way, and it's 95.
Well, see, that's those were my father's immortal words. He's still alive. He's 90 next month. And he always, whenever I would call him and ask him how hot it was, because they live in Phoenix,
Ugh.
okay, which is where my hometown. And my dad said, he doesn't bother me because I stay inside. And that was always his advice. So if it was hot, just stay inside. My father is not a stupid man. His son, on the other hand, I'm not sure. Okay, I'm ready to go.
I got 8% left. How much time do we have? got
Well,
two breaks, three
we
breaks,
still
right?
have
Yeah,
2,
okay.
3 breaks to go.
I might have to switch to my phone. on this
Okay.
one.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. You're live.
Welcome back to the Jeremiah Show. We have a special show today. We're with the Last Chance Band, a fan special because we have 2 super fans joining us asking awesome questions. We just heard from Chrissy Jensen, who asked a bunch of really good questions. But before we toss it to Ed, guys, I just wanted to kind of talk about fans. When I was doing my research on you guys, I listened to all your music yesterday, and definitely put me in a good mood. And so I have to think that dovetails really nicely into the idea and the concept of your fan base. And I want to hear it from you guys. So I'll toss it to Nick first. Talk to me about your fans. And I'm sure you miss them because of COVID and being kind of separated, but describe your fans, describe what you get from them. Feel free to just elaborate from there.
Yeah, sure. No, I mean, it's just like anything, like sports or obviously music or anything like that. The fans are really why we're here.
Mhm.
It's the biggest thing of all. And so like at first, starting the band and everything, that our fans were, like our parents and like our friends and this and that. But after, gaining some momentum, we start seeing, regulars out at all of our gigs now. And we've really gotten friends with a lot of them, and it's been a really cool thing to experience, and we're just really thankful for all of our fans.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yep.
What about for you, Steve?
Yeah, it's kind of like Nick touched on. We play a ton of local gigs. So you start to see the same faces. And it's just kind of that organic, like after a few times, like you realize, oh yeah, like I've seen you here before, and you start chatting on a break, and next thing you know, you have kind of just a cool relationship with these people. And then you'll play somewhere 90 miles away, and then you'll see them there. And it's just,
That's
it's
so
been a cool
cool.
experience to build that. I think I've been with the band 5 years now. So it's been cool to see that for sure.
I wonder, when you see that, and it's, there's something there where, at first it's like the people that love you are supporting you because they love you and they're your family and your friends. And then when you start to see people that don't love you, they're just actually really they love you in a different way, but they don't have to love you, but that are choosing to come. Does it build your confidence as you're playing, and you feel like, yeah, wow, I've really been a part of creating this. Like people actually are taking time out of their day to show up for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a big part. And we were touching earlier on like our favorite venues to play at, and the crowd engagement is a big part of when a venue is fun.
Yeah.
Like obviously as performers, we have that responsibility. Like we can't just stand in one place on stage and look bored, or the audience isn't going to have any fun. But it's kind of a give and take, right? If the audience is super engaged, it makes it that much easier for us to get up there and do what we do best. So it's cool to see that. It's cool to kind of feed off of that, as the fan base grew from just immediate friends and family to, now there's people that have they have a choice. Like they don't have to be there. And it's cool as well, because we'll get messages all the time like, oh, are you guys coming back to this city? Or are you guys ever going to play in Boise? Or I saw you guys 2 years ago at whatever place, but I live here. Like, are you guys going to come play in my town? And so hopefully eventually we'll be able to fill all those requests. But
that's the beauty of radio, that whole board look. We can get away with it here.
Yeah.
Hey, Dr. D's got such a cool hat. He's wondering if he can be the fifth member.
Yeah, I'd love to do that. And I'll just play the tambourine over here in the corner. Okay.
Yep. You're hired.
He'll be like Janine in
but not as
Tap.
But not as tall. Not as tall.
Why is she here? Anyway, Lance, why? What about you? I'm wanting to hear your perspective.
Yeah, Nick and Steve both touched on it, and really a neat thing is we get a lot of dancers that come, so that is a neat thing to watch when you have a whole, like Nashville North has such a huge dance floor, and they come in and they actually, like an hour before we start, they actually give introduction dance lessons, so people come and kind of learn how to,
two-step.
Yep, they learn all that.
I know how to two-step. I did that at a bar here in Austin where I took the two-step class, and then the band comes on, and then you're like, you show your stuff. I love that.
Isn't that how you walk upstairs? 1 step, 2 step, 1 step, 2 step.
Exactly.
Thank you.
I love that. Very cool. Chance, as am I correct in saying that do you write most of the songs, all of the songs? Tell me.
All of our first songs and stuff, I had most of them written before we get together, and I do write most of the lyrics. But lately, like Death of Me, that one we all wrote together, and honestly it was pretty much put together in the studio. We went in there with just a slight idea and recorded it the first day, and then once we recorded that, the next day came in with fresh ears. We're like, oh, we need to fix this, and completely changed up the song, and it helps us with our like artistic liberties. When we're in the studio, we can hear exactly what we're doing and be able to fix it.
Yeah, I ask because I want you to talk about your fans, but perhaps from a songwriting perspective.
I want to know what they throw at you. Honestly, that's a real question. Like, do they throw things at you? You guys brought it up earlier. I've been thinking about it the whole time.
No, I don't think I've ever gotten stuff thrown at me except dollar bills, maybe.
Hey, see, I knew there was something.
They'll fall into the mic stand. That's why my teeth are all busted. That happens on some shorter stages. That's the downfall about smaller places. You get drunker and
Yeah.
the stage is shorter.
The bottles. And you ever play behind
Yeah.
a chicken wire cage?
Oh my gosh.
Any rough places like that?
No, we haven't been to that rough of a
That-
place. I think we
that's
were in like
good.
Driggs, Idaho, I believe it was one time, and it got pretty rowdy over there. We had to pack up and get out of there so fast that the trailer
God.
fell off the truck and was dragging by the chains behind us. We're like, oh, get that back on here. We gotta get out of this town.
Yeah.
Kat, back to your
Um,
question. Sorry to cut in.
Real quick, and then we're going to toss to Ed and his questions. But I guess I was just curious from a songwriting perspective, as your fan base grows and you are now talking to more people, and you're actually not only just conceptually wanting that, but you're seeing it starting to happen. Does the conversation and what you want to convey and talk about when you're writing a song change as your base grows?
Yes, I feel like as of lately, the newer songs I want to have more meaning than our first songs the first songs I've ever wrote when I first started, and the first stuff we played as a band. They get they were talking about girls drinking, having a good time and stuff. And as we're growing older, I feel like we want to start telling more life lessons that we've learned and stuff.
Pain.
And
gotta touch that pain, man. That's the
try
secret
to
sauce.
get it going
Yeah.
in that direction.
Very cool.
And on the fan thing, I love how all of the fans right now get to watch us grow with every show that we're playing. And one of the best things, even if you felt like you had a horrible night, when they come up to you and almost every time say, you sound even better than you did last time, that can turn a bum night into a good night.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Do we need to take a quick break before we go to Ed and his questions?
Let's take a break, open those coolers, dip your hands in that cold ice and pull out a cold one. If you're on the river, that's where I want to be, on a river. What type of river beer would I have, Nick, right now if I was hanging out with you?
Oh man, we'd be drinking IPAs all day.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's a little bit better than it was the last time I was in Idaho. The beer has improved. I think I was a Pabst Blue Ribbon guy back then.
PBR.
Oh,
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. All right. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Ed has been waiting so patiently. Chrissy's here with us. But big fans, and this is the fan special. We'll be right back. We're with Last Chance Band, 4th of July.
Stand by.
Awesome. Chrissy, you
Okay.
come up with any new questions?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, what is their favorite band to cover? And if do they like model themselves or think of themselves as, kind of trying to emulate somebody else that they look up to in the business?
Hootenanny.
Well, save that question for after Ed. We come back with Ed. Let's let him ask a couple and then save that one. I like that. That's a
Okay.
good one.
This is our last, we got one more break to go. And these last two segments are going to have to be short. And I guess I should let him in.
I'm going to come in on my phone.
I
now.
see that. All right. And here we go. In 3, 2, 1, you're live.
Welcome back to the Jeremiah Show. We're here with the Last Chance Band, 4th of July special and fan special. So we're going to toss it. Ed, take yourself off mute, get those questions ready, and the floor is yours. Go ahead, ask away.
All righty. While I've got you fresh on the mic there, Kat, you were talking about being on the lake. So have you ever been to Lake Travis and Devil's Cove?
I used to live on Lake Travis and Lake Cliff and everything. I don't know that I've been to Devil's Cove, but now I live on Lake Austin. But what's so special about Devil's Cove? Why should I go
That
there?
is the most amazing time I've ever spent on the water. About 10 years ago, about 500 to 600 boats all high up
Oh, yeah.
like a parking lot, and people start floating around, and they've made a huge industry of it, of serving food off of big boats and drinks and stuff. And that is the most insane time I've ever had on a lake.
Now that's not the naked beach, is it,
No.
Ed? Okay.
It wasn't when I was there.
because there's a hippie hollow. That's the naked beach that's right around the corner, I think.
Yeah, it's quite the deal. It was actually such a popular thing, at least 10 years ago, that it was an Outsider magazine
Oh, wow.
and photos and what have you. It was crazy. So
Yeah. Well, I can barely handle Costco. I get a little claustrophobic. So I don't know if that's necessarily my scene, but maybe I'll try to take a peek at it next time it's here.
well, yeah, it was a good time. Hey, so man, this is what a pleasure and a honor to be able to speak with the Last Chance Band. And I know Nick Halpin pretty well, their drummer, incredible drummer. And so being a singer-songwriter myself, one of the questions I have for you guys is, in your writing and song creating process, what comes first? And for me, it's typically melody first, then an idea of what I want to write about, and then lyrics. I'm just curious for you guys, Chance and the band, what seems to be is there a preeminent way that it works? Is it usually melody first, or do the lyrics and the idea come first, or how does it work for you guys?
Usually, right now, as if we're not in the studio doing like I explained earlier, where we just all build it together, usually I will just pick up my guitar and something will be in my head, like a melody, and then I'll just start rambling words until something comes together, and then start jotting it down. And then these guys take over and really help shape the songs.
Yeah.
That being in a band myself, that was a big question. Go ahead, Nick. Did you have something?
Oh yeah, and I was just gonna add to that. That's definitely the usual procedure we do. Is that Chance will come up with some sort of an idea, like a background kind of idea, maybe a rhythm or whatever, and then we'll just add whatever we're kind of thinking in there as far as me, some percussion or the main beat, and then from there we'll go to stops and breakdowns, bridges, all that arranging. So yep, that's pretty much it, other than the amplified wax funness that we had.
Yeah, that's something I was also curious about. Will you guys, when you write a song, will you go out and play it before you record it, or do you guys hold on to it, hold it back, and then go in the studio and record and then start playing it out for the audience?
So
Go ahead, Steve.
we've done it both ways. There's definitely been songs where we'll start playing it live just kind of as an idea, and then a year later it's a completely different song, just because it's developed over 40 gigs or whatever. And then when you go to record it, it just is seamless. Like everyone knows what parts are coming next. But then we've had songs where it's been the complete opposite, where we've maybe only played it once or twice live, still like kind of fleshing out the parts and getting it all figured out. And then we'll get serious, just have like a writing session where we actually arrange it and get it ready to record on the front end. So it's kind of been, I don't know if we have like a way we prefer more, but we've definitely done it both ways.
That's awesome. In my group, I seem to be the one that does most of the writing. We've added some new personnel in the band, and I'm finally comfortable with being able to involve them in the process. And I have to say, it was kind of difficult to let your baby go and let other people play with your child, so to speak. And and I'm curious about, how does that work? I mean, like, Chance, when you've come up with ideas, do you find it's more of a community thing and it's just whatever it's going to be, or do you really rely on them to come up with great ideas to take it from there? Or
That's a great question. Like when I first got the band together and we started arranging songs, it was just I was like super protective of the songs. Like, I don't even know if I want to show everyone, just afraid of losing my song, like you said, my baby. And then but now I'm so comfortable with these guys. It's not about the song and being one person's or anything. It's about putting out the best music we can for fans like you guys to hear. And holding that back just makes it so you can't open up and get all their creativity as well.
Gotcha. And it's interesting to hear that you guys will actually start formulating songs on stage while you're playing. And being a performer, that speaks volumes for your comfortableness of being able to put something together and actually do it on the fly. It's one thing to do it in practice, when it's just you guys, but to do it on the fly for an audience, that speaks volumes for how confident you guys are in each other.
Yeah, we've been playing long enough together that we kind of understand.
We're good. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say we need to take a real last break. Nick, so answer that question on the other side if you don't mind. Everybody out there listening, you're listening to Last Chance Band 4th of July fan special. Flip those burgers, pop those tops. We'll be right back after this break.
All right, this last one is a very short one.
Great question, Ed. Ed, plug your band too.
Yeah.
Vinyl, I forgot the last half.
No,
Apologize.
I won't do that.
Vinyl, what's the band?
Vinyl Instinct. No, this is all about
Ed?
these guys. For me,
Yeah.
it's a great opportunity.
Don't worry about it, Ed. You
So,
can plug your band. Doesn't
This is last
affect
break.
us.
Kat, do you want to kind of take us through the last break? How long do we have?
You got about 2 minutes.
You got 2 minutes. One more question.
Okay.
I phoned I logged out of that for some reason.
So we have one more quick break after this, correct?
No, this is it. This is the
last
end of the show.
Gotcha.
It went so fast.
I
Yeah.
know.
It always does.
Well, Jeremiah
Well,
left.
It doesn't always go this
Yeah, I'm having my Mac died and my iPhone, so I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm here. You just can't. I'm here in the background.
You're here in spirit.
1 second.
2 minutes, guys. And by the way, put a shout out again to the.
Shout out to who, Jeremiah?
Shout out to the Sandpoint, to your gig this weekend in Sandpoint.
Okay.
Look how fast this goes. It's 2:00 after 2 already.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
We got a show behind us, so we got to get out here, unfortunately. Otherwise, I'd stay with you.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Final segment, about 2 minutes total time. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. You're live.
Welcome back to the Jeremiah Show. I'm going to make this real quick because we're going to start wrapping it up. Ed, you get the last question, and then we're going to let the guys say goodbye and promote whatever they need to promote for this special weekend. So you
Alrighty.
have the floor, Ed.
Thank you. We're really excited as fans to be able to hear your next few songs that are held back. I did get to hear the one that you released just recently. As a matter of fact, on my way over to come do the cast, the streaming event. But I'm just curious, do you guys have a couple of songs that you're staging for the future that you're going to work on and start to formulate soon, or is everything pretty much out that you're working on right now, or do you have some things on the queue that you'll start working on once these are released?
Oh, sorry. Steve, go ahead.
Let me unmute. Yeah, I think we probably have a dozen songs that are in the middle somewhere that we've played through them a couple times and just kind of put them on the back burner, or Chance has brought us an idea and then we've just been busy and haven't really gone anywhere with it. But I think anytime we sit down for like a writing session, we always have some ideas or some songs that are already halfway worked through that we can pull from. So moving forward, we're definitely going to keep writing, keep releasing music. We do have stuff kind of in the hopper in that sense. So yeah, we're kind of just as excited as everyone else to see what it's going to end up looking like, what it's going to sound like, but definitely have more stuff coming your way. So
Wonderful. Well, that's all the questions from me, guys. Thank y'all so much for taking time to do this and listen to your fans. And it was really eye-opening to see how you guys operate. Thank you.
Thank
you.
Thank
Thanks for
you,
being here.
Ed.
Thanks,
Thank
Ed.
you. Yeah, thanks, Ed. Thanks, Chrissy. Those you guys, your questions were great. Anytime you want to take over the Jeremiah show and host, and you're welcome to do so. I think
Give us
you
a
guys
day
are.
off.
Yeah, give us a day off. We'll be at the beach. Actually, I'm off video already if you're watching YouTube, but I am here. But I'm halfway packed and on my way to Sandpoint because you guys got a great show this weekend, this 4th of July weekend. Tell us one more time where your fans can find you this weekend.
We'll be at the Idaho Club in Sandpoint, Idaho, on the putting green right by the clubhouse.
Under the big
Gonna be
spot.
playing from 6 to 9.
6 to 9. Get
Yeah.
there and you're under that big spotlight that we like to call the sun. The Pacific Northwest. Great show, guys. Happy 4th of July, everybody out there. Please, if you do drink and drive, do not drink and drive. Drink responsibly is what I meant to say. Float responsibly. Watch out for Jaws if you're in Austin, Texas.
And Jeremiah, you're never going to get that big rubber ducky inner tube into your suitcase. So just knock it off.
I'm trying, man. I'm going to wear it around my waist on the plane. And I also want to say Moss Jacobs at the Santa Barbara Bowl wants everybody out there to know in Santa Barbara and anybody that comes to the bowl that after the 4th of July, he's announcing a huge lineup, another second wave of musicians at the Santa Barbara Bowl. And one of these days, we're going to get the Last Chance Band down here to play at the Santa Barbara Bowl for all the Southern California fans that you have now. And I guess that's it. Everybody have a great weekend. Listen more, communicate, and evolve. And you've been waiting for it all hour. Here is the TJS World Radio premiere of the Last Chance Band and Death of Me. Enjoy.